Hey, this is Kristen Shaw with Airport Improvement Magazine, and today it's Show and Tell with Jeremy Dalkoff from Mag USA and Jeremy Jennings from Jabbrrbox. How are you guys?
Doing well. Thanks for
Fantastic.
having us on.
Good. It's nice to see you. I want to hear all about your new collaboration. So explain it to me in your own words what you're up to.
Sure, I'll kick off here. So I'm Jeremy Jennings, co-founder and joint CEO of Jabbrrbox. So Jabbrrbox is both a hardware and a software company servicing the hybrid workforce. We do this through a unique model and product offering, one of which is kind of our advanced technology-enabled phone booth, for lack of a better phrase. Um, we're truly a space as a service business, and we optimize third places for privacy, productivity, and wellness. Within the aviation space, we're definitely famous for our Jabbrrbox product, and we had the opportunity to collaborate with Manchester Airport Group starting about a year ago, actually. So we brought to market kind of a best of breed, taking the Jabbrrbox physical and digital product and coupling it with the Manchester Airport Group, MAG, their experience and level of service, and certainly a lot of other types of things, and to really deliver truly a great experience to the airport.
If you could describe it a little for me, because what I'm picturing in my head is like a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure phone booth or a Doctor Who. It doesn't take you back in time or anything, right?
It kind of does, actually.
Don't
It,
overpromise me.
well, it's funny because a lot of times people will come up and say, "Well, what is that?" And I'm like, "Well, it's a phone booth. It's a time machine. When do you want to go?" You should see the answers that we get. Um, Truly, the physical piece of the product, the Jabbrrbox, is a all steel constructed private space. It's 4 foot by 4 foot by 8.5 feet tall. A modern day phone booth is really what we've been called in the past. Technology enabled IoT, so Internet of Things, fully remotely monitored, maintained, and controlled, access control. And passengers can rent out space or reserve it in advance if they'd like. Um, and to have this technology enabled space that, within it has all kinds of amenities, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a few minutes. But yeah, it really is, 4 foot by 4 foot by 8.5 feet tall, um, technology.
So it's a passenger's own private space. How does it differ from like a Minute Suites or something that's built into the airport?
Sure. So, within airports, certainly, space as a service, your own private space, there are different types of spaces available to passengers in the airport. Where we differ is truly we're a lounge for one, if you will. We're fully modular. So from an airport's perspective, we come fully assembled. We deliver, on an evening or after hours, and the next day we're up and running. The product comes in, plugs into the wall, kind of similar to automated retail, and then you're offering this amenity and you're monetizing underutilized real estate that you didn't have prior.
Hmm.
For us, right, we have the Escape lounges, which are the full size lounge, 5,000, 6,000 square feet or so, which fit dozens, 50, 100 people at once. And there's food, there's beverage, there's all these great amenities, but there isn't a quiet private space to do work or to make phone calls. And also the lounge may not be right next to the gate. So for us, it's an extension of the lounge where you could have these workspaces much closer to the gate, much easier for customers to select and use. And it's a great extension of that as well. And so that's what really excited us about this product and this partnership with Jabbrrbox.
Did this product come about because of the events of the last 2 years, or was it something already in development? How does it fit into the now of the airport business?
Great question. Maybe I'll speak a little bit to the how we got here, and then Jeremy can add in there. When we created this business, we had a simple thesis that technology was facilitating mobility, and people could work when, where, and how they want, but there simply wasn't a great, effective or efficient place to go. That was pre-COVID. What I would tell you is that this trend has only been accelerated, and whether it's hybrid, remote, work from anywhere, needing privacy, needing civility, the proliferation has only like truly increased over the last 2 years. Um, Jeremy, did you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I mean, with the pandemic and COVID, as passengers started recovering, we looked at different products that we think would be more of an interest. And so lounges, we thought, there'd be a lot of interest for people to come to them. But at the end of the day, there's a bunch of people in the room and you could be spread out, but it's one larger facility. And if you can clean and sanitize and ensure that this individual unit is comfortable for somebody, we thought there'd be a strong demand for that. So coming out of COVID, we've accelerated and see the growth of this product in a big way to have these in many airports around the world, the US and the world.
I'll even maybe add one other kind of addition that as I was thinking about it. We have airports reaching out to us now. Pre-COVID, it was really like, we were basically saying people want private space, whether it, and work is certainly the biggest use case, but whether it was for, we talk about productivity, privacy, and wellness. Coming out of COVID, I think in a digital world, how we're having this conversation today, we get calls and we get inbound emails saying the passengers are asking them, like, where do I go for my Zoom call? It's like, well, you could go to a lounge, but that's always not great. And you can take it in a corner, that's not great. Do you have anything that's available that I can pre-book and reserve my own private space? Because I don't want to be around 50 other people before I get to the airport. And for most airports, the answer is no, we don't have that. And unless they have a Jabbrrbox escape pod.
Right. What's the difference between a Jabbrrbox and an escape pod?
It's a partnership between MAG and Jabbrrbox. What we've done is we've tried to co-brand the unit, so add some escape pod, name it, but it's in partnership with Jabbrrbox. So you'll see both names on the units. And for us, we have escape lounges, so it's an extension of the escape name. And we think escape is really synonymous with a premium travel experience, sort of a seamless travel experience. So you can go to an escape lounge or you can go to an escape pod in partnership with Jabbrrbox.
That makes sense. Although I do wonder when you say escape pod, if I can push an eject button and just go off into the universe.
We thought about escape the room as well. That was already taken.
There's what I'll say is there's a long roadmap, and the eject button is probably somewhere on there.
It could be escape the overhead announcements while you have your Zoom on.
There you go.
I could see there could be a lot of opportunities for people to use something like this, and lots of different people need privacy when they're in an airport, or they have a long layover, or they're trying to squeeze in some kind of meeting between flights. So how does somebody go on and book ahead?
There are a few ways, and I'll speak to the first. Certainly, every box, every unit has an exterior touchscreen, so someone can use it on demand. So let's say they didn't plan ahead and they were just thinking, they were walking by and they're like, oh my God, like where can I go? And they see this and they're like, it's very simple. Book now, select your time duration from 15 minutes up to 2 hours in 15-minute increments. You can even enter your credit card. So if you don't have a smartphone, there are people with flip phones. You can enter your credit card. Yeah, exactly. And then once that's authenticated, the door actually opens. A second way is if someone is booking in advance, there's a mobile app is on your phone. It's Jabbrrbox app, which you can reserve in advance. I think we're at 90 days at this point. And what's interesting is we're seeing over 50% of our utilization and our reservations coming out of the app at this point, which is rapidly accelerating. And then the third way, Jeremy.
So we've developed escapepods.com website, which is an extension of escape lounges as well. And so we're going to be offering access into it in the family of different MAG products, whether it's airport parking reservations.com or escape lounges, all these different products that we help offer to customers as part of their travel journey.
That makes a lot of sense. You could even bundle it or use it in offers to get people interested and to know about it.
Correct. I mean, the vision is one day it's a one-stop shop, sort of the Amazon of travel, where you come to our site and you could book your parking ahead of time. You get that reserved. You can book your fast track or your clear access through the checkpoint. You can book a lounge. You can book an escape pod. Right? There's different services that you can all and sort of have this bundled pricing to really make it easy and flexible for you during the travel experience.
I have a couple of operational questions, just trying to picture how it all works. If somebody were nearing the end of their time, it's getting close to the 2 hour time slot, what happens?
That's a great question. Certainly, so once you go into the box, you've selected your time duration. Um, the box comes alive when you come into it. So your secure encrypted Wi-Fi session that's unique to you. There's a 24-inch touch screen with a curated app inside. You have control of your lighting, your fans. It really is kind of like your environment that the user controls. There's a countdown clock on a timer. So let's say you book it for 30 minutes. When you have 5 minutes remaining, if you'll see that you have 5 minutes remaining, you have the opportunity to extend your booking. And if you booked on your app, you can extend the booking through your app. If you don't extend, when you get to that time, the lights turn off, the screen goes dark, the Wi-Fi session cuts off. We keep the fans going because we actually believe that having fresh, clean air is part of that experience. Like someone was eating a meatball sub a couple hours ago and let's say it was sitting there for 2 hours, you still want the fan kind of, keeping it clean and crisp and filtering out all the harmful particles. But at that point, you've basically the box goes dark and you've agreed to terms and conditions, but whether you're accessing through a website, through an app or on demand. And it's kind of that Zipcar for space. You've agreed to be a member and you've agreed that you're going to abide by the terms and conditions. So when your time is over, you'll leave. And if you're not, you have the financial responsibility and you could be penalized. What's interesting, I'll just kind of dovetail probably to one of your next questions around operations. One of the most design intended, unintended consequences of this is that since a person is not anonymous, they actually act really responsible. They take care of the environment. They don't leave wrappers and rubbish and really hurt the box. Like the amount of responsibility from the members has been unbelievable. We've been in LaGuardia for almost 4 years now, and we have not had one complaint about trash, refuse, smell. We've not had one, someone taking a pen and drawing all over the place or cracking a screen. So we believe that the same way, like if you rent a car from Zipcar or you lease something short term, they know who you are. Like you bring it back full of gas. You don't leave trash in the back of the car. You don't leave garbage everywhere. It's this very similar type mentality.
It sounds like a very smart invention. I am looking forward to seeing what they look like in person myself. Where can I find them?
So we're in JFK, Terminal 4, soon to be Terminal 8, actually, I think right around the ACI conference. We are in LaGuardia, we're in O'Hare, we're in Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Greenville, GSP. We are in Northwest Arkansas, Oakland, and we have a couple, I think, announcements that will be out very shortly and around new activations, Las Vegas as well. So I think we'll be in right around 15 airports by the end of this year.
That's exciting.
It
Sounds
really
like
is.
something that's about to take off.
We're excited about the opportunity here to really scale this and reach a lot of customers as they're traveling more and looking for additional amenities. And feedback has been great, and looking to talk to more airports and offer it to them, as well as find more users and customers along the way.
All right, really interesting. Jeremy Delkoff and Jeremy Jennings, I enjoyed talking to you both today, and I'll look forward to seeing you in person soon.
Thank you, Kristen. Thanks
Thanks
for
so
your
much.
time. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.